Let's go to our exercise files and open up the files named Ghoul and Birthday. Let's focus on the ghoul image for now. What we want in the end is to select the head of the ghoul and bring it into the image of the baby birthday girl. So far we've seen several selection tools and methods, but let's look at a new one. Let's go to the main menu and under Select, Color Range. With this dialog window open, let's click on our image in the canvas in the dark area of the image. In this preview window, you can see what has been selected so far. By clicking and dragging on this handle, we are adjusting how wide or how narrow of a range of color values we are including in our selection. This is similar to how the Magic Wand tool's tolerance operated, but in this case we're not just selecting neighboring pixels, but any pixel within the image that falls within this range. Once you're happy with the coverage of the selection, click OK. In GIMP there's a tool to do the same thing. It's called the Select by Color tool. Once you have picked it up, you can click on the black background to select it. You can adjust its tolerance to increase the range of values it will include in the selection by adjusting this slide bar. Once you have changed the tolerance setting, you will have to click again to update your selection. As soon as you get back to your image, you see marching ants throughout the image indicating what has been selected. Remember what I said earlier though? I want the head of the ghoul to be selected, but so far I have selected the black background. And from what we saw last week, to invert my selection, I can go to Select on the main menu, Inverse, or select Invert in GIMP. Let's look at a new method of manipulating a selection we've made. Let's click on the bottommost button within the Photoshop toolbox. Its symbol is a circle within a rectangle. This will bring us into a mode called Quick Mask Mode. When we are in Quick Mask mode, we can see everything except for our selection indicated with color. Everything that is selected has its original appearance. A side note here, let's double click on the Quick Mask button. A dialog box will open where you can set whether you want your selection area to be colored instead or everything that is not selected to be colored. And you can also change the color highlight if it conflicts with the hues of your image. My setting is coloring the areas which are not selected, and I will leave it like that. If you accidentally get out of the Quick Mask mode, just click on this Quick Mask button again. The rules within this mode are as follows. You use the brush to paint in areas you want to remove from your selection, and you use the eraser to add areas to your selection. If you get confused and get it the other way around, you're just one step away from inverting everything by going to Select Inverse or Invert on the main menu after you exit the Quick Mask mode. In any case, what we are looking at here is all of this red representing what I have excluded from my selection. I want to select the face, but I can see this red intruding the face of the ghoul, so let me get rid of those to clean up what will be in my selection. I will pick up the eraser, adjust its size a little bit, and I will start erasing the red areas. Also, I will pick up the brush and start painting out this noise here, which I don't want it to be part of my selection. I just want the ghoul, but without these specks floating around his head. In GIMP, you can enter the Quick Mask mode by clicking on the box on the lower left corner of your canvas window. In Quick Mask mode, by default, you should see red color indicating everything but your selection, but in this case, I get a light gray color. The reason is that my image color mode is grayscale. I can change this to make my job easier by going to Image, Mode, RGB, and I get the red color I expected. Everything else works the same. Use a brush to remove from your selection or the eraser to add to your selection. To make changes on how your quick mode works, you can right-click on the quick mode button. Once you are done painting and erasing selection areas, you can exit the quick mask mode by clicking on the quick mask button on the toolbar. You can now see marching ants that more clearly define the ghoul's head. I will do a copy with Command C, and I will move on to the baby's image. Now let's select the baby and her chair and her cake. You can create a path for this with the pen tool or any other tool you find appropriate to make a selection. I will use the Quick Select tool to make a quick selection. Now let's invert the selection so that we have everything except for the baby selected. Now I will go to the main menu, and under Edit, I will do Paste Special and Paste Into. This operation pastes our copied image of the ghoul within the bounds of our selection. We can now pick up the Move tool, adjust the position of the ghoul. We can transform it with Command T, and place it right behind the baby. Now we can lower the opacity of the ghoul layer to make it look more ghostly, and we're done.